York State Ethics Board has accepted the resignation of Patrick Bulgaro. The decision was made this morning without comment or discussion after he announced yesterday that he would resign from the Joint Commission on Public Ethics. And Pat Bailey joins us live now in Albany, where that resignation was accepted this morning. And Pat, is there anything more to this story?
Well, not yet, Liz. We are trying to get the answers, though, to find out what is really going on with this story. Patrick Bulgaro is the third member of JCOPE, the third original member, I should say, to resign in the last 19 months. Now, as you remember, JCOPE's only been around less than 2 years. They took effect in January of 2012. Again, we don't know why Patrick Bulgaro resigned. I asked the spokesman this morning in between an executive session and letting the public into the meeting and asked why he resigned, and he said that he did not have a comment on that. He said he'd have to check the resignation letter, and we are still trying to track that down. And apparently the way JCOPE works is if a member is going to resign, he has to send that letter to the person who appointed him to let them know that they have resigned. And again, we're trying to track that down. The person that appointed Patrick Bulgaro is Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver. Now, the previous two members did, in fact, release the reason as to why they resigned. Back to Bulgaro first. He was appointed to JCOPE, as we said, by Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver. JCOPE does have a meeting going on right now. It is in executive session. Bulgaro was not at this morning's meeting, but the new chair, Dan Horowitz, said that they have accepted his resignation letter effective July 31st. Now, as I said, the previous two JCOPE members to resign have given a reason why. First, it was Ravi Batra. He's a New York City attorney. He stepped down last September, you'll remember, for, quote, reasons of principle. Then, just this past April, former chair of JCOPE, Janet DiFiore, stepped down. The governor's office sent out a press release shortly after saying that Ms. DiFiore was going to focus on her re-election bid as the Westchester County District Attorney. So, again, Patrick Bulgaro makes the third person to step down from JCOPE here, again, in less than 2 years. Now, as we said, there's a meeting going on right now. This morning's meeting lasted about a half hour before JCOPE went into executive session. Executive session is closed door, so the members of the public are not allowed in. Usually after executive session, they reopen the doors and then officially gavel out, if you will, for the day. So this morning, not really much discussed that really took effect. They discussed possible disclosure reports in the future, but they did not make any decisions on those. They will address those at their next meeting. But again, trying to get some answers as to why this third member now of JCOPE has resigned. Coming up tonight at 5 and 6, you will hear from a former member of JCOPE, Ravi Batra. I'll talk to him about what he thinks this means now for this ethics body appointed by the governor, again, less than 2 years ago. For now, we are live in downtown Albany. Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.